Today is November 13th, the first day of Transgender Awareness Week, which is the week leading up to the Transgender Day of Remembrance, in which we remember the trans people that we've lost in the past year. Because I am a trans person, and because I am someone who reads a lot of manga and light novels and watches anime and such things, I wanted to do something special for this week. And as such, every night I will be recommending a manga about trans people. Just completely unscripted, just going off in a little vlog about it like this. And we're starting with Boys Run the Riot. Boys Run the Riot by Gaku Keito is the story of Ryo. Him right there. He is a closeted trans man. He knows that he's a trans man. Or, well, he has pretty much figured that part out, but he is afraid of coming out. He also has a crush on a male friend of his. And as such, also fears coming out about being trans because of that. Because, of course, being both trans and gay is, well, not the easiest thing to come out about. He also ends up having a bunch of awful rumors going on about him, about, how he's too boyish and like one of the boys. People are speculating that he is sleeping around with all the boys that he's friends with and that he's just a slut. It goes into bullying. It gets really bad. But then he has a chance encounter with another man who asks him if he wants to start a fashion brand with him. The titular Boys Run the Riot is the fashion brand that these two start, and they begin promoting, fashion in various styles, but primarily the sort of modern street style that you see on the covers. There's the other volumes up there, and it goes really well, and he ends up being able to start coming out to, his closest people. And even the fashion brand starts taking off by being featured on like LGBT websites and such things, which also lead, of course, to Ryo eventually having to come out to the public and having to deal with that. It is an ongoing story. It only started 2 years ago, I believe, in Japan. And it is really good. It is very genuine and strong, and I'm a trans woman, so I don't have the trans male perspective, but it's hard to not understand and feel sympathy for Ryo and the other queer characters in the story. And this is where I should probably mention another important thing, and that is that Gaku Keito, the author, is a trans man himself. And I don't want to say you can tell from the writing that that's the case, because that would be dismissive towards writing outside your own experiences, but there is a lot of just truth and genuineness to the writing that you will often miss in trans stories by cis authors. And as such, this is probably, in terms of fiction, the best manga if you want to get an insight into what it's like being trans in Japan. There'll be other fictional books that I'll be talking about this coming week that also deal with that, but this is one straight from the perspective of a trans man in Japan. And the localization, this is the English localization by Kodansha Comics. I should mention that even the translation for this book is done by, and I hope I don't butcher the last name here, Leo McDonough. who is also a queer trans man. So it's even the localization of this series is like handled by trans people, and it is absolutely wonderful. Just I shouldn't be flipping through the manga like that on camera, but like you can acquire the first 3 volumes right now in English. The 4th volume is coming out soon, and that is the latest volume, I think. And yeah, I mean it is just, it's good. So that's my first recommendation for Trans Awareness Week. And if you haven't read it yet, you absolutely should. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow night with another recommendation.